Welcome to another video, guys. In today's video I'm going to be doing the first oil change on my 2020 F-150 with the 5.0 liter.
Music bed.
Start off the video doing the first oil change. So the truck is a 2020. I did buy it brand new early this year though, so at first I thought it was kind of like a early made 2020 because I bought it this year like in March, and so I thought, you know, the dealer had it for a long time. That's why I got a good deal on it. But according to the build date here on the sticker, it was made in July 2020. So you know, if it was made in July, by the time the dealer got it, maybe August, so they had it probably about 6 months, which I'm guessing that's quite a bit of time for a dealer to have a vehicle. But the vehicle just now hit 3,000 miles, 3,036. I'm not sure if you can see it really clear there, but and I'm just making this video because, you know, on the manual, and you know, most new vehicles, when you buy them, you look at the service interval for the oil change is 10,000 miles, I think, on this one, or 1 year. Obviously it's over a year, but really the main thing is 3,000 miles. So the other vehicle that I have, which is my wife's car, we bought it new, and same thing, did the oil change at 3,000 miles, and I've been doing it at 3,000 miles ever since. So that one's got the EcoBoost 4-cylinder, but you know, I'm a firm believer of doing your oil change 3,000 miles just to make sure, especially the first oil change. I think, you know, they say there's your initial wear out of the engine. Is it true? I don't know. Personally, I'll feel better that I'm doing my oil change, and I'm going to continue doing it at 3,000 miles. But that's personal preference. You know, you guys can do really whatever you like with your vehicle. The way I see it, you know, the factory only warranties the engines for, you know, maybe 60,000 miles to 100. So they're not going to care if you only do 6 oil changes. They're out of the hook at that point. So we got the dipstick here. I mean, if you see here, the oil still looks actually pretty nice and like a yellow color. It looks good. So I gotta say, with the 4-cylinder that we have with the EcoBoost, I don't know if it's because it's turbo, even at 3,000 miles, even the first oil change I did, the oil looked a lot darker. You know, just more like a blackish color. So I don't know if it's because of, like I said, the turbo. I can't speak on that, but anyways, let's see what we gotta do. I do have to use a step stool because I got the truck on ramps, and even without ramps, it's kind of high to get up here. We have the little fill plug right here, or the oil fill cap. It's really small, but I mean, I guess that's all you need. I kind of like how the older, like the 2-valve engines, they have the little kind of like the tube. It's parallel, so you can just put like your little funnel in here. This one is sideways, so I don't know, you know, it's gonna be, I'll have to hold the funnel, that way it doesn't fall off. But you work with whatever you got, right? I'm gonna be using the 520 is what it takes. I am using full synthetic Castrol oil. I always like running Castrol, unless I find something that's, you know, on sale for really cheap. I'll buy Castrol for all my vehicles. And then this is the only filter, K&N, that I could find at the time where I bought the oil. They were out of the Motorcraft, which I usually prefer to buy the Motorcraft, but they were out of it. Filter wrench, some napkins, and brake cleaner. Now the drain plugs on these vehicles, my friend gave me an extra one because now he has an EcoBoost, but I'm pretty sure it's the same drain plug, and we'll find out. But these are the, I looked at it before and it looks the same. These are the drain plugs for these plastic oil pans. So these tabs here is kind of what locks it in place, and that's the parts that break when you take them off. So I'm hoping that I can take the old one off without breaking it, and I'll just reuse it for maybe 2-3 oil changes, since normally it's 10,000 miles. If it breaks though, I do have this one. Hopefully it is the same, and we'll find out. All right, so I'm under the vehicle here, and of course with most drain plugs on vehicles, you can see that the oil is gonna hit the sway bar here. So of course it might even hit this, it looks like a transmission cooler. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to take that drain plug out. I never done this before, so it might take me a little bit of time to get it done. Bear with me. I know that it does look the same as that extra one I have, so hopefully you know, nothing breaks or anything. But it looks like the pan is kind of beveled, so I'm gonna grab some pliers so I can grab it and see if I turn it, if they open up, and just pull, you know, metal plugs and all that. But yeah, okay, so it looks like if you turn it, the bevel here on the pan, it just opens it up. So I will say, you know, the truck only has 3,000 miles, so that probably makes the plastic a little bit more pliable. Once this plug gets kind of heated up a lot more mileage, more than likely it's gonna, instead of these tabs opening, it's probably just gonna break, and so that's probably why you'll have to get a new plug. So I would recommend, if you have these, to keep an extra one like I have, and I'm gonna compare, make sure it's the same one, just because you never know when it's, you know, it might just break on you. And I'm pretty sure these aren't, well, I haven't checked lately, but they didn't used to have these at the bar stores readily available. So, you know, if you break it, you might not be able to get one for like a day or something. So it looks like, you know, as you unscrew it, it's coming out, but I just don't know how far till it's all the way out. And I'm almost certain I'm gonna make a big mess here, so. Oh. So once it's out enough, it starts to, the oil comes out, so. So here's what that drain plug looks like. So these tabs just lock in to those little notches, and it looks like, you know, you put it in, and as you twist it, it pushes it in, and it has this O-ring in there. So I can see, like I said, after, you know, some time, these tabs are going to be brittle, and when you turn it, it's just going to pop them, break them, and that's where, you know, you'll have to replace it. So this aftermarket one has a little hex for like your ratchet, you can turn it. This one just has for your, like, your hand or pliers, but it is the same plug. This is my friend's plug he gave me because he had a box from his EcoBoost. It looks pretty much the same. And I'll check online if they sell one that looks, you know, it's the same color, whatever, and it's, you know, it's different, then I'll order some, but I'm pretty sure this would have worked in there. Alright, so oil's pretty much drained. gonna go ahead and put this drain plug back in here. And just use my pliers to help me turn it till it locks in place. I'm gonna get brake cleaner and just spray a little bit, clean any of that residue off here of the plastic. I'm also gonna spray some on this sway bar since we got some oil on it. Wipe it clean. See a little bit there, but oil filters right up front here of the engine. Pretty good spot to put it, I guess. And it has looks like this little tray that drips your oil right up front. So they did think about that on this one. Pretty cool. So you don't get oil all over whatever that is. Your rack and pinion and all that stuff. So another thing with your oil change, if you wait till 10,000 miles, that filter is going to be super tight. More than likely it's going to be tight as it is, but the more you wait, it's probably going to be worse. So. This actually not that bad, so oh shit. Well, I made a little bit of a mess. So it looks like this little drain plastic piece has another drain spot on the back of side there, so oil can drain either right behind next to the differential, or up front here. I was expecting it to come up front, but I guess they made two ways for it to drain, so I'll have to wipe that off the floor. But it's draining right up there, so it still misses the rack and pinion and everything. It goes through that little tray, but I wish I would have known. And just double check when you take your filter off that you know, your gasket didn't stay up there, that it's in the filter here. That way when you put the new one, you don't have a double gasket O-ring and it's gonna leak a bunch of oil all over the place. So just gonna borrow some of this oil here draining and put it on this O-ring. And put the oil change back, or the oil filter back in there. Now with my oil filters, I like to just hand tighten them. You know, make sure if you're not able to grab it really good, then use the wrench, but don't tighten it too much. If you're able to get a good grip on your filter, just do it by hand. That's more than enough. Alright, and I'm gonna spray some brake cleaner And that's just so that that little tray kind of gets cleaned. Alright, so I'm gonna use this funnel that has a piece of hose so I can get the oil in there. So this takes, according to the owner's manual, 8.8 quarts. Alright, so since I already put the oil in there, get this funnel out of the way. Put it in there for now. And let's make sure we put the drain plug back in here. And now we're just gonna start up the vehicle, let it run for a second, and then go check the level. Alright, so I went ahead and just backed up the truck, had it running for maybe 1 minute. Backed it up, make sure there's oil pressure, I didn't hear no weird sounds, and double check there's no leaks underneath. I did have to wipe here the floor where I missed the I drain out the back around the oil filter, but that was, I guess, my mistake. I didn't really look in there, but so now I'm just gonna grab a paper towel here, and since it's on the floor, I can reach this dipstick. I may have to put you guys down for just a second here. And you can see the oil is pretty much in the middle of the low and high bar there. So you just put this back in there. While I'm here, check your other fluids, coolant, windshield washer fluid. Since it's not full, I'm gonna top it off if I have enough. Well, I didn't have enough, but I know when I go to the store I can buy some more of this stuff. And that's it. I'll show you guys here in a second just the online where you can track your mileage, your oil changes real quick. Before I do that though, this is the oil I took out of there. Again, this is let's see, July, August, September. Well, it's a year and 4 months from when the truck was made. Only 3,036 miles. You can see it's pretty black now. If I put it on the edge and go back, you can see it still looks kind of yellowy, but overall the color, I mean, if I put brand new oil on this cup, you could kind of see through it. This one, not quite. So again, you be the judge if you want to wait 10,000 miles to change your oil, or you want to do it sooner. But personally, I'd rather have clean oil in there than that. So like I said, it's not that bad, but it's still pretty dirty. It's not that the oil is bad, it's just it gets dirty. So I didn't see any metal shavings or anything on the oil from first oil change, so everything looks good to go. Let me pull up that Carfax, and then I'll show you guys here in just a second. Alright, so I'm inside the vehicle now. First I'm gonna go here to the settings. I never done this, so I think, oh, here we go. Oil life reset, And it shows 28%, like I said, probably because it's, you know, the year, but so it's at 100% now. There we go. All right, so that's the vehicle side. You know, just double check that your pressure goes up, but everything's good, level's good. Gonna shut that off. So I'm gonna show you guys here. Now, I apologize if you can't see that well, my phone screen here, but you go to Carfax here, you know, carfax.com. Kind of where you can get a, you know, a report on a vehicle, and then you're gonna create an account like up here, and you know, I already have the password saved in here, so I'm just gonna log in. Cool. And so this is the vehicle reports. You go here to this menu, and then right under there, my car maintenance, and then right underneath it says track your car's maintenance. And so on here, it's going to show you, you know, you can add all your vehicles you have. So I have all mine. I'm going to go to the truck here. And see, it tells you you have, you know, I have 2 months left. It gives you like your history based per, you know, trading price, your tire rotation, registration, all that, any recalls, any of that. So I'm going to click here where it says oil change. And actually on top of here also tracks like your estimated mileage. So I'm gonna put that little pencil, and I'm just gonna click here and update that. So I'm at 3036, and then save. And so okay, so you go to history, I believe, add record, and then oil and filter change. Sorry, I only do it every so often. So oil filter change, date of service, so that's today. Set odometer is gonna put it since I updated it today. And then you can check up here on top, it says check if this is a self-service DIY, and then you add record here on the bottom, and that's gonna put it on there. That's gonna be on your Carfax, so that way if anyone ever looks up your VIN number, they're gonna show, okay, you know, it was done at home. I mean, you can always say you did it, but at least this way you kind of track it by date. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If any of this helped you out, you know, maybe tracking your maintenance on your Carfax, or you know, maybe the dilemma of doing your oil change at 3,000 miles rather than 10,000. I would really do 1 year or 3,000 miles, but you know, it passed me a little bit over the year, but I was waiting for the 3,000 mile mark on the truck. So please subscribe button, leave any comments, like the video. We'll see you guys in the next one.